All right. Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching this. What's going on? It is Friday. It is March 1st. Happy March 1st. Or happy March. I don't know. We're turning the tide, getting to be spring, or I guess maybe getting to be fall if you're in the southern hemisphere. Anyways, what's going on? It's Friday, Pizza Friday, which is always nice over here in the Idika household. And today we are going to have maybe a little bit of fun. We're going to get back into Webflow, and we're just going to start building a few more components. Yeah, it's been really busy this week has been actually pretty crazy. Just really trying to move forward with getting everything in place with marketing and yeah, just seeing what we can do with the early adopters and the people that have initially signed up or expressed interest. So reached out to them yesterday or actually this morning, I guess, when we wrote those emails. And yeah, we're just going to really try to focus on building this company and getting the word out there on what it is that we're doing. And of course, we're building Piixel Pieces, which is a Webflow component and template library. And our goal, of course, with our business, this one, and of course our main web design and development company, Piixel, is we're trying to build it to generate us $100 million, $1 million in revenue every single year. We'll get to 100 million at some point, but for now, let's just stick with, 7 figures before we jump to jump to 9 figures. So I figured what we'd work on today is some of these form elements or components, I should say. So we have some that are designed here in Figma. And we have a few different options here. And I figured there's some subscribe forms and then some kind of contact forms. And yeah, we're just going to start building these out in Webflow. And one thing to note too is in some of these, the emails and the phone numbers, we have icons. So we'll try to get that into our components as well. So yeah, so let's give that a shot. And one thing too, so when we first started, they had one form that I built, and there was form 1, and now I'm calling for 2. It's actually called contact form. It's still called contact form on Piixel Pieces now because I was just working on it this morning. But we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to update contact form number 2 because this is kind of your generic main contact form, which has kind of everything that you would need in kind of like a basic send us a message form, where we have the input fields, you have a drop down, you have radio buttons, these are checkboxes, and then radio buttons, and then the actual text for the message. So let's zoom in a little bit here so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. So, and I think we want to be true to our form here. So let's take a look at the colors that we have selected and make sure that we match that over. So we have neutral 300 and 500 for the border and text respectively. So let's take a look at this here. And I think if we just go, we just have to go into our input. And our color here has to be neutral 300. And for the placeholder, that is interesting. Where can we set the placeholder color in Webflow? Can we do that? I don't know. Webflow placeholder color. Okay, placeholder. There we go. Yeah, it's on hover. Or not hover, on and oops. Actually, all right, placeholder. Not the background color, but the actual color of the text. Neutral 500. Excellent. And we're going to have to do the same thing here for select doesn't have a placeholder. So then I think, do we just have to do the color straight up just like that? Okay. And we need to do the same, I guess, for our checkboxes. Yep. So again, won't have a default checkbox. So now, is it with the border? No, it's not with the border. So checkbox. What controls the checkbox color here? How do we style our checkbox? Because if we give it a border, that's not doing anything. So this might prove, let's see. Webflow checkbox color. Customize forms and radials. Okay, here we go. Ah, style, default, and custom. Interesting. Excellent. So if we go here, settings, style, we'll make it custom. We're gonna have to do that for all of them. So we're gonna have to give it a border, and again, 300 border radius. Okay, I feel like it's very difficult to see. What do we have here? Inside one. It's much more difficult to see here. I wonder if we just need to just change it to 400. I feel like we might. And let's go here. Make these all custom. 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 And custom. And we also want to have one that is checked. And this one is, we definitely want it to be custom, but how do we make it? Oh, okay, I think we'd be okay. I think we might be able to do it just with this one because it has a checkbox. We don't want that. We still want this. We want the background to be our color here. But can we set... Can we set it to have a white border? So we almost need two things. We need just the little circle on the inside and then a border around that. And then the main border of the checkbox. So I wonder if we're going to have to put that into some kind of div block. I feel like we might have to. So if we could just take a look at this for a second. Yeah, we might have to. So I think what we can do, let's wrap this up. Control Alt G. This element cannot be wrapped. Oh, well, that's not good. We might have to put in some custom code here. Might have to put in some custom code. All right. What is this redirected checked? What does that mean? Okay, we might need this for our selected checkbox. Oh, wait, not quite, eh? What is changing here? CSS checkbox selected. Yeah, let's take a look at these pseudo classes here. So we definitely want something like basically like this. I have another code here. Style, right? It's this one here. Create the outline and internal selection marker when you know what we might be able to do. That's no, I was thinking we could just use an image instead of like a check mark. We can use an image. Oh, that might work. Create the outline and internal selection marker when a checkbox is selected. No, I feel like I'd rather do it here like this. Okay, input type checked. Border. Let's just try something just to see if we can actually see it and go from there. Okay. This might be. Custom checkbox. Right, this is basically something that I want right here. Right. We just need to do the before. Let's see. Where's the... Name checkbox checked. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So it's hiding the actual input. And I don't know if that's something that I want to do. So I want to see something here. Give me a second. Let's think about this. Don't play this. Let's have a look here. And let's see when it is. Not focus. I want it when it's checked. Oh, that's weird. Maybe I gotta put it to custom first. So it has this SVG file. Where did it get that from? It's got cover. And it's 12 by 12. I'd love to see the code for this SVG. So what if we created our own SVG, but instead of making it a checkbox, we make it a square? So let's just see real quick if we have something of a square. I think we do right here, minus the minus sign on the inside. Well, let's see. Let's take this one. Solid clear rectangle. Assets. Icons. Oh, turn my head. G. Interface. Solid. Clear rectangle. Okay. So, I don't know exactly where fill, even, odd. Yeah, I don't know how you can just get rid of the path for the rectangle. Can you in Figma export something out as an SVG? You can. Let's just see. Selection mark. There it is. Can we open this in here somewhere? Okay. Let's put this in and see what happens. Yeah, selection mark. No. Checkbox selection. And save. Okay. Where are we? Let's go back here. Okay, we want to go into our assets here. Component assets. And actually, let's create a folder for these ones. Icons. And let's go to our desktop. What did we save it as? I think it was checkbox selection. Okay. So for this one, when it's checked, let's change it to checkbox selection. Center it. No repeat. Interesting. This might work. Let's see. So it's checked. We want the background color to be, I think we want it to be our primary blue color. And, oh, sorry, not the background. The background image we want to be white. And then we want the border to be our primary color. Probably make it a little bit thicker. Something like that. Kevin, good morning. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. I know, off to an earlier start. I actually like live streaming in the morning as opposed to later on in the afternoon. Because I feel in the afternoon, it's just been going on all day with work, and then it's like you're kind of tired, at least for me. So I'd like to go things more early, but I don't know. We'll see. Life always seems to happen. Okay, so that doesn't look so bad, except the checkbox is a little bit too big. So that actually might be better than trying to hack it. Not hack it, but trying to do it just using custom code. Because if we can get away from using custom code, I mean, that's ideal. So then people don't have to worry about, you know, maintaining that code, right? So what can we do? What can we do? I guess we could maybe change the size. Oh, we could change it probably just in here. So what if we change it to 7 by 7? Oh, there we go. That's perfect. So we can change our sizing without having to, we don't need to update the actual image. Yeah, because it's SVG. It should just scale. That looks good. I like that. That's awesome. So yeah, that's all. I think that's all we need. Okay, so let's set this to custom. All these checkboxes, let's set them to custom. Custom, custom, and custom. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's like just like how we designed it, I think. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, I like it. That's perfect. So is this going to be too much in terms of when users are going to be cutting and pasting this? Well, yeah. I think again, if we have documentation, it should be pretty clear in terms of how to actually update it. I mean, it's just in the styles. I mean, people can just go in here and just update whatever it is that they want, right? So let's update this right now because this is the wrong color. 400 stroke 0.25. That's too much. Let's do 2 pixels, which is 0.125, which is actually what it was, which is good. Okay. And then our form inputs. Let's change this to 400, 1 pixel, 0.0625 REM, which is kind of the same, but border radius. What do we have? Yeah, so the border radius, I actually haven't figured that out yet. So I'm going to take that out, especially for the input fields and the buttons. I'm still undecided on whether I should be adding border radius to these components or not. Border radii. Okay, but let's look at our placeholder. We definitely want to update our placeholder color. Placeholder neutral 500. And this input doesn't have a placeholder, so we'll do that one, which is good. Okay. So I think now we just need to do the same thing, but for radio buttons. And so we should probably export out our radio button circle thing here. All right, which is just a circle. Export. This is so handy. Figma's the best. So what do we want to call this? We want to call this radio selection. No border radius is your vote? Okay, well taken. I personally, like, I love border radius, which is why I'm like, it just adds a little bit of a, like, I don't know, like if I'm looking here, Like everything just seems a little bit more refined, I guess. But I totally get that. And that's what was my initial thought, is just to have no border radius, because if you don't want it, then it's there, then it's not there, right? So it's just normal. Then if you want to put it in, it's pretty easy to put in. So yeah, I'm tempted to agree. Tempted to agree. I don't know if that's the right word there. Yeah, it makes sense. Totally makes sense. Let's go. Well, what do I want to do here, real quick? Radio selection. Let's open this in our code editor here. I just want to clean this up a little bit. Interesting. This is 8x9. Why is it 8x9? I want it to be like an actual circle. Let's see. I think I could easily get away with this by, well, let's just create a circle and export it, but make it 9x9. There we go. Fill it with, yeah. And then, yeah, export. And, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to export it if this is open. Yeah, that was loud. Radio select. Save. Open with. Oh, what the hell happened? Does not have any. Oh, okay, something happened with that. Yeah, when designing, typically yes, but for templates, no. What's funny, but if you're going to design and typically you're going to do rounded corners, then wouldn't you want to have it there if you're just going to put it in anyways? Yeah, no, this is me just trying to convince myself to get rounded corners, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Oh, I did it as PNG. That's probably why it didn't work. Export as radio selection. Yes, replace, please. And open with Visual Studio. There we go. Delete that access line. Just save it. And go back in here. Assets, component assets, icons, and radio selection. Beauty. Okay, so let's do the same thing. At least I think we could do the same thing with selections. Selections with radio buttons. We are going to give it, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with you? Interesting. Border versus stroke. Oh, this is how we could probably even do it without an icon. Right? Because if we give this thing a stroke, oh, nothing's going to happen. It's not going to. Well, that's too bad. Maybe because, well, that's, why can't you give this thing a stroke? Because if we could, then we just have the border radius, then a stroke, and then the color on the inside. And then that's also going to help when things are, when people have larger font sizes, because the button is still going to be the same size, that's the one thing with setting the actual size of the button on the inside. or the SVG on the inside. It'd be nice if we can just set that stroke. But why? Is there any other? One thing to look into, that's for sure. So it's got a size of 12 by 12. This is 12, that's also 12 by 12. Okay, and then let's go as a checkbox. How does this, so how is this one making it to be just a circle? Now, there's no image. Oh, okay, it's just giving it a radius of 50%, and that's blue, and the rest is just white for whatever the background is. And we can't duplicate that because we need 3 colors. No, we can't. So we'll go color, which is our blue primary. But width, we're just going to have to be 2 pixels, or 0.125 REM. And, oh, sorry, it wasn't the radius of 50%. It was just a width of 4 pixels. My mistake there. And yeah. Oh, no, the background. We're going to add the background. We're going to do this guy. We're going to center it. And we're going to make it just 7 by 7. I guess we can make it relative units too, can't we? Yeah, so that might actually help us as well. So instead of, what's 7 divided by 16? 7 divided by 16, 0.4375. 0.4375. Copy that, paste it there. Oh. Oh, it's not even working. Why is it not working? Oh, I'm just zooming in here because it looks like it's not quite like a circle. It looks like it's a square. Did I select the wrong icon? Radio selection. No. It is a circle. Oh, it's tiling. We don't want it to tile. Okay, looks good at this angle. All right. So switch these all to custom. And do we have a style set for hover? I'm trying to think. Oop. Did something. Let's take a look at, I think, checkboxes. Right, here we go. So we do have the different states. So this is hover. We just make it blue. Okay, let's do that. Style, hover. And keep everything at, actually, let's go none. 0.0625. Right. Okay. Hover. Change the color here to a primary color. And we don't have anything for pressed and focused. At least I don't think so. We have regular, we have hover, we have selected, and then we have disabled and then error. And error is not something that we're even going to use for this. Because I don't think we can even get that granular in Webflow natively. When you submit a form, when there's an error, it doesn't actually highlight which field gives you an error. At least I don't think so. We'll have to take a look. Okay, and let's do the same thing here for this guy, 0.0625. And select this one. Yeah, the color is what it needs to be. And now let's go over to hover. All right, let's have a quick look. Yeah. So hover, that's nice. And then selected. But then for whatever reason, radio is not selecting. Now, is that because choice value? That shouldn't be why it's not selecting, because it has the same group name. Let me take a quick look here at our actual site. Well, I'm logged in yet. It took a second there to redirect me to the dashboard. Okay, well, we don't need that one. Oh, this is just taking a really long time. Okay. It's taking a long time and the font is all off. Something didn't load properly. Is this site taking a long time to load? No, this site's okay. Something's up with the font though. The font family is not loading, and that is a where is it that you can see all the different things that get loaded in? It should be in here, isn't it? In the network. There we go. Okay, now it's loading. Okay. Strange. Anyways, okay. So let's view this one. Yeah, so it should be working. Maybe we'll just try publishing it and then we'll see if it works. Because maybe for whatever reason, it just doesn't work when you're in this preview mode. I don't know. I really don't know actually about that. That's strange. Okay, but we're not quite ready for publishing yet because we don't have everything that we need. All right, so this is form 2. And I think I made enough of a mess of form 1. That I don't know if it makes sense to just copy and paste this new one over. To keep things super consistent. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because form 1 and 2 are going to be very similar. Okay, let's do that. So this one, wait, hang on. So I like this one, right? I think we're pretty much good to go. Speaking of border radius, actually, though, I guess, Kevin, we should take out the border radius of these, of the checkbox. because I do have a small radius. So let's make them square. Oh, it doesn't like that at all. Let's make it 0. Although with that, if I make that square, the selection on the inside has a little bit of a round edge on it. Ooh. It doesn't even center things nicely in here. Sorry, I'm just zooming in a lot. It is centered. It just doesn't look right. It looks right on some zoom sizes, and maybe it's going to look differently on different browsers as well. Because this is at 100%. This doesn't look good at all. It looks like it's off center. And I guess because that depends on the actual size of like how it's rendering. I don't know if these pixels are off somewhere. So I don't like that. But maybe it has to do with the sizing. This is 12 by 12. And for our icon, we have it 7 by 7. So maybe it just needs to be an even number. And maybe that's what's causing the issue. And that could be it. I'm hoping that's it. Yeah, so that looks better. And when I zoom in, yeah, still looks good. No, it looks a little off here. No, it still looks off. Still looks off. And we know we can't wrap these in another div, which kind of sucks. And we can't. You know what? It's not. I don't think it's anything to lose that much sleep over. So we can always fix it. Let's not fix it. It's not even broken, but I think let's put it live and then see what it looks like on the actual website. And then we can kind of go from there. Because maybe there's some slight issue with it rendering within this Webflow like preview mode. Although that's kind of wishful thinking, I think, to be honest. Oh, right. And I should probably do it relative units as well. So what did I say? I want it to be 6. 6 divided by 16.375. That could be the issue with this guy. Checked. 375. Okay. Okay, hopefully that works. Now, and then actually one last thing. So form checkbox, that's 12. That's 0.75, I think. In the input field, Webflow, you can do the math by typing in 6 or, oh, can you really? Oh, that's nice. So if I do, what do I say, 12 divided by 16? Oh, cool. So, oh, it's just like Figma. That makes sense that they do that. Well, that's nice of them. Saves me from always opening up my calculator. Thanks for the tip. That's actually a good one. That was going to save me lots of time. I don't know why I didn't think about that, because I know Figma does that. Why did I think that Webflow wouldn't be just as cool? Stupid. Anyways, okay. This thing here. So again, I could just do this. Oh, now I'm getting carried away. Although probably even easier just to, just type in 0.75 if I know it offhand. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is form 2, and I think, oh, what's this code again? Right, align the checkbox icon. Gosh, actually to the left of the whole container. This container. The form 2 checkbox. I think that's what I wrote down. Yeah, it's the same thing. Form 2. Form checkbox. Yeah. Okay. Save and close. Okay, so we're going to copy this. And let's get rid of these things. We're going to go out to our trusty cut and paste project here. I'm going to paste this in. And we're going to just use this to rename form 2 to form 1. Select that, save changes. All right. Rename that to form 1. We actually need to update this code to form 1. You'll probably see the check. You see how these checkboxes are off of alignment here. So there we go. That fixed that. I did see something a little weird. Yeah, form. Where is this being used? Form _ form radio container. Right, this shouldn't be that. This should be form 1. There we go. Actually, let's have a look here. I need to fix this. Right here. Form 2. Perfect. Arturas. ... Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Okay. So now we're good. Let's copy this one. Let's bring it over. Right here. Let's delete this. Paste it in. Rename 6 classes. Oh, okay. Undo that. Forgot. We got to clear out the old form ones. Remove all of that. And now paste. Yeah, so the only thing that changed is the button. And is form submit. And we actually have to rename this whole thing here for the form. Whoop. Because it's form 1 now. Form 1. Oh, this is the most annoying thing. Form 2 to form 1. Form 1 and form 1 there and form 1. Okay. So I think let's try publishing this, but what I want to do is just I want to see what those radio buttons look like. But we have one component, this new form 2. They're identical. So we're just going to save this one as a draft because we don't want it to go live. So it's just going to update the first one, which is form 1, which we renamed from contact form to just form 1 because they're all going to be forms. So I think we're good. Let's just double check. Yeah, everything looks good. All right, so let's publish this. And this page is going to die. And we should probably create a good 404 page. Because what are we going to get here? Just the standard one. Yeah, haven't updated that one. Okay, so let's go to components. Well, I guess contact form 1. We should probably rename contact to form. But anyways, let's view it. Let's get rid of this. And okay, so it's working, but again, I can see just by looking at this that things are not centered nicely. I wonder if we can just maybe make these buttons a little bit bigger. So I actually do feel that they're kind of small to begin with. Let's just try that. That might end up looking a little bit better. And then that might, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what it works. Game Zone, hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Okay, so that, let's see how that looks. So that actually looks better having it bigger like that. But again, it's looking like those icons are not in the middle. If we can just throw in some way to put in a stroke in there in one of these things, that would be ideal. Yeah, I wonder how we're going to do that. There is an alternative as well, too, is we can make the SVG image, well, I'm just thinking if we have a white shell around it to maybe force it to be centered. I don't know if that'll work either. So where am I from? I am in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. So that's where I'm at currently. I say currently, I mean, I've been here for about 5 years now. Actually, I think I've been here for 5 years to the day. We moved here March 1st, 2019, which is crazy. Right, and if we zoom in, everything looks really good. Albeit looking a little bit small. Let's try one more thing. Sometimes the SVG needs the display block added to the code. Yeah, we'd have to do that as custom code then, wouldn't we? Because we don't have a way to actually get to that because it's just being loaded in as an image, as like a background image on the checked, like this thing right here. Unless, well, can we? Yeah, you're saying yeah, as an embed, yeah. Which is something I know I have it for this one, but I want to avoid embeds as much as possible. Oh, this is weird here. This is 12. What? Didn't I just update this? To 1 pixel. Hovered is 1. Checked as 12. Why is that happening? Maybe that's just some kind of default thing that just happens. Yeah, no, sorry, cannot speak Hindi. Okay, where's the background image? What? So the one thing that I was thinking is if we actually made, so because if we cover, it's going to cover the whole thing regardless. So what if we made the SVG with an actual white border around it? And then and we just make it a 2-pixel border. And then we always set it to cover. I think that'll make sure that it keeps the right proportion. I'm hoping, because it's centered. So let's give that a try. Where is this going to be? This is going to be, where was I? I was in contacts, right? Contacts, forms. There we go. So where's the one that I made? The little dot. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let's zoom in on this guy. Let's give it a stroke. We want to make it 2 pixels, but let's make it on the outside. And let's make it white. Oh, but it's still saying... it's still saying that it's 9 pixels. But is it going to export everything? Let's have a look. Well, actually, I'm not going to be able to tell because of its color. Let's try exporting this one. Yeah, whatever, just ellipse 1. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, it exports the outside too. Okay. So let's go back. No, to Figma. You're going to go to white and export. Why am I using an SVG for the fill instead of a native Webflow fill? Because with the native Webflow fill, it just, like, I can't put a stroke on the actual fill. So it's just going to fill up a single, like it's going to fill up the whole container. But what I want to do is I want to have that white border around the edge to make it look like, you know, it's hitting in the bullseye or whatever. And I can't see a way to do that with just using the straight fill. Because it's just one element with the stroke. So it just has the thing and then the color as the background. So there's no way to add that internally. Does padding fix that problem? It's a good question. That's a good question. So hang on. Let's let me just save this one here. So this is radio selection. Yeah, let's replace it. Oh, it just comes in open here. Okay. I'm just going to load this one in and see how that goes. And then, yeah, we'll see if we can do anything with padding. But then the padding is usually... Yeah, okay. Let's finish this thing first. Let's see if we get the stuff with padding. Okay. Yeah, here we are. Let's go into our assets. Interesting why this one is looking like it's not there. That's weird. Radio selection. Okay. And yeah, let's go back here. Is checked. We are going to choose this one. So that makes it look quite nice when it's checked. And let's give it a quick look. Yeah, so that looks perfect. So that should look good like at any size, which it does. So that's perfect. So this is exactly the look that we want. So, but can we get this working? Actually, where am I going? Zoom back out. Can we get this working with padding? So the padding, I guess, would go onto the inside. It just might, eh? But whatever, let's just put it at 2 pixels for now. Shift. And then instead of, we want to, that's okay. I'm thinking if we do it when it's checked or not, but instead of this, let's just hide that. And then let's fill it with our color. It looks like the answer is no, because it's still filling up the whole container. And we can't add a stroke to it because it's just not, I don't know, it's just not working. But if we add a text shadow, so if we add a shadow, no, that's not going to work either. Margin, that's going to be on the outside of the element, right? So it's just going to make everything on the outside. Because I think the thing with it is if we look at the code and like what it is, it's really just one element. It's just this div thing. And we can't even use this input here because this input, because it's custom, it's not using the default input field. So it just kind of creates this other pseudo element or whatever. I didn't even know what this is really called, what it should be called, but it's just one div block. If we had a div wrapped around inside it, then we can have 2 elements and we can control those with margins and paddings and all that fun stuff. But because it's just one thing, we're just out of luck. And then it's got the span. So yeah. And that, yeah, again, this is the only thing that has like the limitations of Webflow is if you really want to get super custom with your forms and things that Webflow like pre-builds, then you have to just like really just HTML like your own form completely and just build it in with an embed. Which again, if you're just doing your own site, that's fine. But if we're trying to do components for everyone, so we kind of have to work within what Webflow gives us. So all that being said, let's redo all of that. And let's go back and put that in there. Because this works, we're going to leave it like that, which I think is fantastic. Our border, 700. Yeah, that's fantastic. And hover is still right because we copied and pasted it. It doesn't keep the can't keep the variables, which is fine. And then none. And color is no, I think it's 400. Excellent. So now we're just going to fix it for this guy, and then that'll be that part. And then we can start using, we'll have everything we need to just start easily creating the other forms. Okay, hover 700 and what am I thinking? Oh, right, and then checked. Color is also 700. And let's go in and create the same thing, but as a rectangle. Let's match that, and let's give it a fill, the same color. And we're going to give it a stroke of 2 on the outside. There we go. And we're going to export this as an SVG. We're going to call it, again, is it checkbox? Checkbox selection. Let's replace it. Right, and yeah, just save it. Go back in here. Oh, it's interesting that this thing, like, is it connected somehow to when I uploaded it? That's really strange because I updated it. That's strange. That's very strange. I don't know what's going on there. Icons and checkbox selection. Excellent. Checkbox selected. And this is radio selected. I think it needs an alt text, but hey, you never know. And we go in here and let's go to checked. We are going to choose this image and then we're just going to cover. Boom. And a quick publish so we can have a look. Oh my goodness, it's almost 12. All right, refresh. Yeah. Oh, that looks good. All right, I'm happy. Very happy with that. That looks awesome. All right. All right, so I just updated form 1. I think I could just do the same thing in form 2. I don't like when I keep getting these things out of sync. Yeah, this is just 1. Same thing for radio, 1 and 1. And hover, okay, it's got the right the right color still, right? Because I didn't copy and paste this one. And we just need to change the image to radio and then to cover. And the same for this guy. We go to checked and we choose this image here. No border radius, so they're all squares. Let's cover it. And then we're good. Okay. Oh, there's something wrong with this one. Oh, it's because it's set as draft. That's why. Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to rename this to form. Yeah, yeah, we'll rename it to form. Excuse me, because they're all going to be forms. And with that, we just need to update our location here. Oh man, I wish this was automated. Save that one. And here we go, form 1. You know what's also really frustrating about Webflow is if I set this to default sort by name, like I can't save this as the default view. So like when I go back to components, it's not sorted by name again. I wish it could just be like set to here, unless there's a way I can, no, that's just the component settings. I wish, where am I going now? I wish I can save this as like the default view. That would be really nice. Is there a way to do that? An interface, localization. Yeah, we're not going to do that right now. Add layouts from canvas. Getting started checklist. Oh, no. Anyways, there's a little pet peeve. I noticed that and it's just really frustrating, especially because when I'm looking at my components and they're in list of the date that they were created. So sometimes like the form 1 here and then the form 2, because I didn't create them in order. They're not at the same spot. It's just really frustrating. And it's really frustrating that I can't set like a default view and it's just by created date. That's frustrating. Maybe I'll send a note to the good folks over at Webflow and request something. Okay, it's 11:49. I actually have a call at 12. I have some group like coaching thing going on for my like the Propel network for the business coaching that we're getting. But that's 11 minutes away. We could get lots of stuff done in 11 minutes. Okay, so let's move on. See if we can do something real quick here for our form 2. So the difference in this one, it's not that much, but let's take a look. I think, can I zoom out here? This one's more suited as like a contact form for like tech support, I guess you can say. So does the cost of the coaching program equal the value you are getting from it? Well, considering the cost is free, then yes, I'm getting good value for it. Would I pay? I think then maybe to follow up, or a good follow-up question would be, would this coaching program be worth it if I had to pay for it? Yeah, you know what? Like you say that, and it's really, really cool. And one of the things that I want to do, that it's this whole kind of point of unconventional mindset is, you know, to document this whole process of figuring out how the hell to build a business. And part of that comes with getting people together that are like-minded in the sense that they want to start a business and coming together and just discussing ideas they're having, problems that they're having. And then, you know, we can all kind of learn from each other with what's working, what's not working in our business. And that's kind of what's going on with this coaching, is like you're sitting down with somebody. Yes, it's one-on-one, but there's also other people in the program as well. But we just sit down and we kind of talk about what the hell's going on in our business. And you shouldn't have to go through some kind of government program or whatever to get that kind of thing. Like, is there not a community that we can build, that we can have that level of detail and interaction, and people that are that willing to be engaged and I don't know, just wanting to help other people? Like I want to create that. And I'm trying to figure that out. So if that's something that you think would be interesting, do let me know. Because I'd love to do that. I know there's lots of people out there that build communities. There's Pat Flynn, which runs his Smart Passive Income. I think it's the SBI Pro group. So he has a group of people that get together and they talk about business as well. And then of course there's the future with Chris Do, and he has his mastermind group as well. So I guess the difference between those, well, I guess I really don't know because I haven't joined them because they're expensive and you got to pay money for it. But I do think it's worth the investment. But I don't know if it has that one-on-one or just like a round table of people just kind of discussing and talking together and really kind of connecting. I don't know. And that might be a good thing, is to kind of join these communities to see what other people are doing and see how it's working for them. But yeah, so it sounds interesting to you. Yeah, no, that's cool. It's good to hear. And one of the things, I talked about this before, I've heard Mr. Beast talk about this when he was first starting out. It was him and 4 or 5 buddies, whatever the case may be. They just hopped on a Zoom call and they just had the Zoom like on all day, and they were just all working together to try to build their YouTube channels and just talking about what has worked and what hasn't worked for each of them. And it's like, instead of having one person just learn, it's like 5 people learning at the same time. So you literally learn 5 times as fast because this guy tried this new thumbnail thing. It didn't work. You learn from it and you just kind of go on like that. Right. So, it's really cool. Yeah. It's inspiring and old school, but that's the thing too. And actually I was listening to some Tony Robbins stuff the other day. And he's just talking about, you just got to sit down and grind and do the work. And the faster, like the more hours you can put doing the thing that you need to do, the faster you're going to get better at it, and that's the thing. And when you have the same group of people, you got like 5 guys together and you're all hustling in a sense, you're going to learn 5 times as fast. You're going to be that much better than everyone else once you put in the work. And it's just like playing sports or exercise or whatever, like Wayne Gretzky, shooting, 5,000 pucks a day or whatever the case may be. So many more pucks more than everyone else. And over time, you're just going to get better. And I think it's the same thing with business. Business to me, like all these successful people that have businesses, that are making tons of money, they're having good products, and they just keep making more and more businesses. It's not luck. Like it's a skill thing. Like learning how to make a business and do well at business, I think it's a skill thing. And you just need to learn how to do it. And I think once you learn how to do it, that's what people say is like, I could just replicate it in any kind of industry. It doesn't even matter what the industry is. So anyways, so yeah, it's really neat. But yeah, that's one thing that I know that I'm looking for, is just like, hey, even if there's like, hey, is there 5 people, 10 people, whatever the case, let's get together on a regular basis and just talk about business, and see what's up. Okay, here's some more comment spam coming in again. See if I can. What can I do? Can I block? Can I block these things coming out? There's got to be something. Maybe this. There we go. I think that deletes some of it. They can't get spell their name consistently. Embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Anyways, that's a little business rant. Yeah, it's really cool. It's fascinating, and I need to figure out a way. Yeah, I don't know, to make like this live stream to be more interactive in that way as well too. I think that would be really, really cool. Okay, what the hell's going on here? All right, let's remove that stuff, whatever that is. Okay. Anyways, Kevin, no, it's good to hear that you're interested in that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, I'll definitely hit you up with some thoughts and some ideas that I have, so you can let me know what you think about it. Because I think you're in the same boat as me in the sense too that you're trying to get your business up and running. You're trying to get lots of clients and whatever in the web design space. So similar to the stuff that I'm doing as well. So I'm sure we can learn from each other. Okay. Right. So it's 11:57. So I got like 3 minutes. So I got to go to this coaching thing. But yeah, I'd love to. I've done some breakdowns of what we've kind of talked about in like my classes and whatnot in here. But I think it would probably be kind of cool to give an overview of how the whole kind of course ends up being, and just almost distill it into like a 20-minute video of just showcasing the steps and the things that I learned. Yeah, maybe something like that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I'll think about that. Putting that together in a video. Okay. Spam comments aside, thank you so much for everyone for joining. Much appreciated. I guess if you're getting some spam, maybe that's a good sign of that at least some people are noticing you, unless it's just some kind of bot thing. I have no idea. But anyways, what to say? I don't think there's anything else to say. I'll keep plugging away. Didn't get as many of these components done today as we thought, but that's okay. There's always I find there's lots more talking sometimes than actually doing when I'm on the stream. So anyways, Kevin, have a good one, man. Hope you have a great weekend. And everyone, we'll see you here on Monday for a brand new stream, and we'll see how many more components that I can get done over the weekend. Hopefully at least a couple dozen. That would be nice. But anyways, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.